Hello guys and welcome back to my channel for another episode of this Pentagon challenge. Things are well underway in Brazil in the Sao Paulo State Championship. Today we have a massive game against Santos, obviously one of the big hitters in Brazil, and we also have the major issue of the fact that our best player wants to leave. Let's get into today's episode. So then guys, this is where we are at the moment. We have currently played 4 games in the Sao Paulo State Championship, and we find ourselves currently in 4th in the overall table. Obviously, we need to make sure we get through our group. I will show you that in a second. But as you can see, in terms of the overall table, we are doing pretty well. 4 games played, 7 points secured. If I go into our schedule, you can see what we've done. You guys would have seen us with that rather ropey 4-2 to kick off things. Obviously, we've not really had a preseason, so we need to get these games under our belt and get the team understanding our system. We then had this game here against Ponte Preta. They are in the division above, so it was interesting to see how we got on against them. We lost 2-1 after taking the lead in the second minute by conceding 2 penalties within 3 minutes of each other. We conceded a penalty in the 40th minute, which they scored, and then we conceded a penalty in the 43rd minute again, which they scored, which is really disappointing to lose that via 2 penalties. I think we were good enough to actually get a result there. So as I said, that was pretty disappointing. And we then took on, oh God, I'm going to butcher some of these names. We took on Inter. Let's just say Inter. And we managed to beat them 1-0 thanks to Gabriel Noves. Not Noves, who scored on the 60th minute. He's a new signing. I'll run over those in a second. We then took on this side here, drawing 1-1 with them. I believe they are in our division as well. So we managed to get a positive result there. But the next 2 games, we've got Santos away, and then we have Sao Paulo also away. I don't understand. I think all of these games we've played away. We have. Why are we playing all of the games away? I don't... Okay, we don't start playing a home game until we play Portuguesa down here, and then it looks like maybe the rest of them are all at home. Palmeiras away. You know, if we have all the away games first, then we can only get better if we are playing at home, right? So that is where we are in terms of everything. Obviously, we've got the Brazilian Cup game coming up here as well. I'll probably show you guys that one in a future episode. Let's jump into the transfers, though, because we have been pretty busy. I sold this fullback here, Bidu. He has left us, the left wing back. He has now departed to this team in the Jupiter Pro League. So he's gone. Smaller fee for that, up to 150k. Then we've basically managed to bring in as many players on free transfers as humanly possible. This guy was done prior to us signing. He's a target man. He's not the player that we would want in that position. One of the goal scorers is this dude with some lovely braces, 23 years old striker, plays pretty well over there. I think he's solid enough, especially for the level. Scored 1 goal in his 2 appearances in the state championship thus far. We've also signed Liete here to play that attacking midfield spot for us. Solid, not spectacular, but solid enough. We need rotation options. Iago here is a young centre-back. He has good potential. He's not necessarily one for right now, but as cover, I think he's okay. 6'3". He's got some good attributes about him, but he is still very young. We've also signed Neres here, just because he looks like an absolute unit in his photo as well. But he looks very solid in terms of being able to come on as a CDM and sort of shut games out, or a more defensive option at centre midfield. I think he has what it takes to come in and sort of help us see games out, if not be a starter. And then we have this final guy here as we are trying to strengthen the defensive positions. Reminds me very much of Gomez that we had at Central Espinal. Very solid across the board in pretty much every category, but not great in anything really. Also short at 5'9", but we will see what is going on there. In terms of some of the transfers out, guys, we are looking at bringing in some more players. Obviously, some more staff as well. We've offered some more staff roles. But as you can see here, we've had 3 offers for João Paulo. And we've had to kind of... He basically has a £15 million release clause. So I tried to make clubs pay that. They didn't want to. He got upset. The squad got upset that we didn't let him go. So then we've had to accept a £1.1 million bid for his services, which is really disappointing that he's going to be leaving us. But obviously, you don't want to keep a player at the club who doesn't want to be there. So we're looking at someone like this guy to come in as a alternative. Yes, he's not as good. But obviously, you can't keep a player at the club who doesn't want to be here. So yeah, it's tough times when your best player wants to leave. I completely understand it. But there we go. So we will start hitting that continue button until we get into this game against Santos. Obviously, they are known for being the club that Neymar has come from. They are just above us in the table. They are third. We are fourth. We are above Palmeiras and Sao Paulo, who are in the division, and Ponte Preta, who are in the division above us, guys. So I think this is a good scope of how well we are actually getting on in this division. If I show you the stages and I show you all the groups, obviously we need to finish in the top 2 of our group to advance to the quarterfinals, where we are expected to get Corinthians. Played 4-1-4. They are top of the group. We have 7 points as well, so it looks like we are going to go through. However, the other clubs have only played 2 and 1 games respectively, so things could all change there. But as long as we focus on getting the results in our games, I think, guys, we will be okay. Another thing to update you on, I've managed to come into the club and I've completely rejuvenated the staff in basically every single area. All of these lines were all along the floor and we've managed to make them a little bit better. Obviously, we're not the highest in the Brazilian Sao Paulo State Championship, as you would expect, because there are teams in this division, in this competition from the division above, so I'm not too worried about it. I'd like to think that when we drop into the Serie B, we are going to be in a position to have one of the best, if not the best, set of staff in the division. I'm not going to run through the staff, but as you can see, guys, the levels have been improving. So, Santos, let's get into the game then, shall we? I'm very intrigued to see what they are going to do. I'm actually going to switch those goalkeepers around because I think this goalkeeper's just slightly better. I'm not 100%, but I think he's slightly better. Obviously, we've still got a couple of players here on trial. We are all still also trying to sign as many players as possible to make our squad better. If we go into the opposition instructions, oh God, they're going to have a 3 up top. Oh no, we know that's a good formation or good way to do things this season, so we need to be on top of our game to get things done here. Both right-only strikers there, and then this guy is an absolute beast. I know this guy's an absolute beast. He turns into an absolute unit. It's a player that I've tried to sign on my Twitch save with Hertha Berlin, twitch.tv/HoodGamingUK. You should come over there, check us out. We're streaming Football Manager twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, so make sure you come and check us out. We tried to sign this guy for that save, and it didn't go through, so we signed Darwin Núñez instead. He signed a new deal. What more can I say? If I remember, he is both-footed. He is, so we will kind of put him on his left. It's weaker slightly. This guy is left-footed, so pop him onto his right. Victor Guzman is right-footed. Send him on his left. And Malthus is right-footed, so pop him on his left as well. I think these 3 strikers are going to be very difficult to contend with. We're going to tight mark that one, and we're going to hit him hard. And then because we've not got wingers, we're going to press the other 2. I think Jorge, I don't know how you say that. He's going to be the best one to keep on the ball. We're going to press and tight mark the 2 central midfielders as well. And we're also going to press the fullbacks as they don't actually have any wingers. So we will see how this gets on against Santos. Obviously, they are the division above. We are still playing João Paulo, even though he's subject to a transfer bid elsewhere. Filipinho here is another very good player in our team. Very good at the attacking midfielder spot. Very good in the central midfielder spot. So that's where he's playing at the moment, at that deep line playmaker. But we are trialing someone else who could potentially free him up for that from that position, so we can use him further up the field. So we're still not tactically familiar with the formation, which is disappointing. But this is what we have to deal with Santos. Caio Jorge up top. We're the underdogs. Let's go cause an upset. The team still aren't fully on board with me just yet, and my style of management and what I try and say to encourage teams. But Santos away. We are in white. We don't normally play very well in white. We kind of play better in our red strip. Nice ball in towards the middle there. Can we win that? Filipino gets that down. Knocks it into Tardino. Junior into the penalty area. Junior. Little dink. Junior Tardino. What a little dink. We've taken the lead inside 10 minutes away at Santos, guys. This is a massive, massive result. We have had a habit of maybe taking the lead and then conceding stupid goals. But one shot, one on target. Lovely little dink from that guy there out on the left-hand side. He's very versatile, Junior. He can play up front, he can play on the left. So we've been playing him in a mixture of both, depending on who we play up front. But we've not really been playing the target man. So he's been playing in both of those positions. And he's coming in clutch with the goals, I must admit. Here comes Santos, though. They've had a lot of opportunities, but none that the game has deemed worthy enough to show us. 3 shots, 3 on target for us. And we've got a corner here. Liete with the corner in. We get that header. Come on, boys. Was this the right decision to move over to Brazil? It's looking like it is the right decision so far. Gabriel gets up and heads that home. Very nice finish from him. We are 2-0 up away at Santos. Wow. Okay, outstretched arms. Delighted. Carry on, boys. Carry on. I've got nothing to say, boys. You have been absolutely spectacular here with the 2-0 lead. Hopefully we can keep things tight at the back, and hopefully we can keep a nice clean sheet here, because this is a very strong Santos team looking at what they are playing. Obviously, the 3 forwards up front is very tough to deal with most of the time anyway. 70 minutes in, we're going to watch this highlight, and then we're probably going to make some changes of our own here. João Paulo with the challenge. We get that header clear into Liete, who has space. He's got players left and right here. Goes into Junior. Ball over the top to Gabriel. The striker's in. His shot is blocked. But Santos get the ball back, do they? And they run it out of play. Okay, 20 minutes of this game to go. We've got a couple of players here absolutely blowing. We're going to bring on Neris here, the driller who I said is coming on to see games out. On he comes. We're going to have to make some changes here in terms of this personnel. Liete is going to come off for Paulo, the other Paulo. Junior Paulo is probably not going to be our player much longer, so I'm going to leave him on and absolutely knacker him out for whoever buys him. Unlucky bro. As we look to close this game out with just over 10 minutes of the game to go. Throw in for Santos then. In hit comes. Cross comes over all the way across to the left-hand side. Back across again. And Raniel has scored his 4th goal of the season. Santos pull a goal back here. We're going to have to go into the tactics. What we're going to do is we're going to go into a defensive mentality. We're going to play at a much slower tempo. We're going to play a much shorter style of passing. We're going to time waste whenever possible. We're going to be more disciplined. In transition, we're going to regroup. We're going to hold the shape. We're going to slow play down. And then out of position, what we are going to do, guys, we're going to just force them through the middle. We're going to use tighter marking. We're going to get stuck in. And hopefully we can see this game out. Despite conceding, I'd be very happy with getting the 3 points here. So hopefully we can see this out. Santos are obviously going to start pushing forward. And hopefully we can kind of clutch up in these last 10 minutes. Highlight here. Santos throwing it in. I'll be absolutely devastated if we lose this now or draw this now. Another header. This one goes off target and goes just over the bar. 3 minutes injury time. Come on, boys. Hold strong. That is an exceptional victory. Away at Santos. Outstretched arms. People have written us off today. You proved them all wrong. Well done on a great result. Everyone seems to be inspired and motivated by that. 2-1 away at Santos. We go up into second. Obviously, Corinthians have a game in hand. We are level on points with Palmeiras. So we are playing, and I think punching well above our weight at the moment in terms of what we are doing in the Sao Paulo State Championship. And obviously, we have Sao Paulo up next, guys. It's going to be a very interesting one. Before we disappear from today's episode, what I'm going to do, guys, is take a look at this. We ease past Santos. I just need to check that it is Santos. Santos, it is. They're in the Serie A. What a result that is. Neres marked his debut. He came on, obviously, to shore us up and did a good job there after we conceded 2 games in both weeks. Oh, I'm going to continue this advert. We've not really found all the staff we wanted. I'm going to continue that one as well. In terms of the competitions then, guys, we will go into the state championship. As you can see, we are currently in second. Obviously, some teams below us do have games in hand. For instance, if this team win, they go above us, etc., etc. But as I said, I think we are very much punching above our weight at the moment. If we go into the stages and we go into all groups, you'd like to think that we're going to go through here into the quarter-final stage. I don't know what happens at the quarter-final stage, whereas if we finish second in the group, do we face one of the group winners maybe? Santos at the top of their group. So it'd be interesting to see how we do get on. I'm going to jump into the schedule, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you back for this Brazilian Cup first round tie against São Jose. It's going to be an interesting one, guys. Hopefully we can progress in the cup because we are expected to reach the 3rd round. But that is where I'm going to leave things for today. If you have enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to drop a like on it and subscribe if you are enjoying the series. Don't forget to ring that bell to turn on notifications so you're told every time I upload a video. I'll be back for another episode of this Pentagon series with that cup game very, very soon. Hopefully, I'll see you guys there.